Yo, what's up, guys? So we finally got a Blox Fruits update. I don't know if this counts like update 19 or what, but we got the new Valentine's Day update. And guess what, guys? Some of the new fruits got reworked. So if you guys don't know already, 2 fruits got reworked, and that is the love fruit as well as the string fruit, which is now the spider fruit. All right, also string v2, or now spider awakening, got reworked as well. So let's go do all the new rankings. All right, hopefully you guys are enjoying the update. Let's get it popping off. So this is going to be the overall tier list. We might do another tier list for like PvP, etc. But and also, guys, if you guys have any suggestions, put them down below. All right, these are my opinions, so please don't get too salty. I think they're pretty accurate though. So first up, guys, we got the Revive fruit. All right, now the Revive fruit overall is a fairly mid fruit. It hasn't really been getting enough of a buff lately for it to be worth it. So I definitely would pass on this fruit, C tier. Next up, guys, we have the Control fruit. This fruit is very good for PvP, but it's not as good for PvE, etc. So we're going to give it a solid A tier. Chop fruit, honestly, like, nobody really uses this fruit for much. It's okay for grinding as long as the guys you're grinding have swords, but like, So we'll put it there. All right, next up, guys, we have the spring fruit. Honestly, even though the spring fruit did get reworked, I don't really think it is the greatest of fruits. I'd probably put maybe like C tier, D tier. You know, it's not a big deal. Smoke fruit, though, is a pretty good fruit. They're all after the buff. I'm going to give it a solid B tier. All right, next up, we have the flame fruit. Now, the flame fruit is very, very good for grinding. PvP, it's decent, but it's not amazing, guys. I don't think it has the caliber to be put in the S tier. But if you are a new player and you want to do some PvE, or you want to try to grind levels, you know what? Flame fruit is good for C1 and C2, but for C3, definitely Buddha, guys. Now, Buddha, again, isn't the best PvP fruit, but it's so good for grinding fragments, as well as pretty much grinding anything, and definitely good for leveling up. But honestly, I recommend using like a Logia fruit if you're on C1 or C2, and then switch to Buddha, maybe late C2 into C3, because the Logia level caps are really, really hard to use on Buddha for leveling up fast. So next up, we have the ice fruit, guys. Again, same story here. Not the greatest for PvP, but very good for leveling up, especially in C1 and C2. Sand fruit definitely has been getting a lot of love lately. Good enough for A tier after the buffs. Definitely a pretty good PvP fruit, and you can maybe get away with grinding with it. Dark fruit, especially if you awaken it, guys, easily S tier. Now, I'm just assuming you're awakening all the fruits, so S tier for PvP easily. Light fruit, I'm going to give the light fruit S tier because it's decent at PvP, and it's very good for grinding in C1 and C2. So we're going to go give some credit to my boy, the light fruit. Rubber fruit did get a buff fairly recently, but I'm going to be honest, guys. While it is decent for PvP, I don't know, man. I don't really recommend this fruit. Barrier fruit, guys, honestly, I'm going to put it C tier. Don't go for it. Magma fruit, you can use it for a lot of things. I'm going to give it like mid S tier. Definitely a pretty good fruit. All right, next up, guys, we have the Quake fruit, I believe this is. Overall, fairly decent, especially for PvP, so we'll give it a solid A tier. String fruit, after the buff, man, I'm going to give string fruit, maybe low S tier, high A tier. I'm going to be honest, I'm not quite rocking with the new spider fruit. Technically should be an RIP, but I didn't change the graphic yet, so just pretend this is the new spider fruit. All right, I'm going to give it high A tier. Maybe, you know what? It is a newer fruit, and it's probably S tier for trading now, so we'll give it low S tier after the rework. Definitely give it a shot. Phoenix fruit, solid A tier fruit, guys. Nothing too crazy, but still pretty decent. All right, next up we have the Rumble fruit. Again, fairly decent fruit for PvP. Overall, I don't know if I would go for it. Maybe if you're in late game, it's okay. Paw fruit, though, honestly, I'm gonna give it like B tier. I don't really recommend rocking with this fruit. Gravity fruit, after the buffs, etc., and the reworks, I think it's good enough for like high A tier, maybe low S. So forgive me if you guys are mad about me not putting it in S tier. Dough fruit, guys, oh my gosh, this has the most brain dead combos for PvP mode. It is freaking insane. So definitely get Awakened Dough if you can for PvP. Still very good. Next up, guys, we have the Kilo fruit. Just delete this fruit, guys. That's why it's in the D tier for delete. Definitely not very good. I'm also going to throw this fruit, guys, in the D tier. Not really recommend it. I do believe the spin fruit got buffed or something. I forget when, but I'll give it C tier. You know what? It's a meme fruit, so we'll give it some credit where credit's due. Next up, guys, we have the new love fruit, and the new love fruit buff is freaking mental. That is why we have boa in the thumbnail. Oh my gosh, guys, this fruit just went insane. Oh my gosh, it has a new OP ability, which probably makes it even better than Buddha for PvE. And it has some amazing stuns, etc., and grouping effects, making it basically one of the new grinding fruit god fruits. And plus, you can fly and attack at the same freaking time. So it's basically better than freaking Dragon 2. Oh my gosh, guys. Love fruit, honestly, in my opinion, it is the best fruit in the game. You guys can have your opinion, and it may or may not be because may or may not be in love with boa. So definitely not biased, guys. But in Blox fruits, the best fruit, honestly, man, oh my gosh, you gotta try out the love fruit. High S tier, and honestly, there's no way it's lower than A tier, so I definitely recommend switching to the love fruit. And I'm curious to see if they're gonna raise the Robux price in the market, or how the trading value is going to do. That's what I mean. All right, next up we have the venom fruit. I'm gonna have to give the venom fruit S tier, guys. Very good for grinding, pretty good for PvP as well. Definitely one of like the main fruits. Honestly, it's better than most of these fruits. I should probably put it like maybe like here, something like that. Oh, it's a pretty good fruit. Door fruit, guys, RIP to the door fruit. It's now the portal fruit. The portal fruit is very good for grinding and stuff. Honestly, it has like a special niche use case, so I know whilst it may not be the greatest for PvP, it is so nice for completing quests and the like. So I definitely have to give it a solid S tier. All right, next up we have the diamond fruit, guys. I am sorry, D for diamond or D for dog water, bro. Please do not use this fruit. All right, the spike fruit did get a buff in update like 17.3, and it's honestly not the worst fruit in the world. I'm gonna give it like low B tier. You can get away with it, but it's nothing crazy. Next up, we have the dragon, guys. Honestly, ever since leopard came out, dragon has been just declining in value. It's honestly not even that far up there in trading anymore. So like, I don't really recommend it that much. Now with the love fruits, OP flying, like, bro, I'm pretty sure dragon is just gonna, dragon needs a buff, guys. I'm gonna be real, man. Let me know what you guys think about dragon getting a buff in the comments, man. It needs a big buff. All right, next up, guys, we got that bomb fruit, boys. Yes, sir. Bomb fruit. I'm gonna give the bomb fruit a solid I'm gonna give it a solid low A tier, guys. I know it is a meme fruit. It is still a very good fruit, guys. Especially after it got buffed in update 17.3. So honestly, it has some pretty cool PvP attacks, and you can kind of get away with it for grinding and stuff. So we'll give it some credit. This fruit is pretty good, guys. I'll give it like A tier. Leopard fruit, man, I don't know, man. I'm gonna give it like low S tier. It is a good fruit for trading, but honestly, it's not the greatest fruit in the world. This fruit as well is very good after getting the buff to spirit fruit. And I would also say this fruit is probably S tier as well. I just kind of realized we have a lot of fruits in S tier now. Yo, we might have to fix this, guys. So maybe in the next tier list, but we have a lot of good fruits. But that's mainly because the guys, they've been kind of rebalancing all the fruits. So it's normal to see all these in the S tier. So let me know what you guys think about this tier list in the comments down below. And let me know how I can improve it. And please don't get too butthurt in the comments.